Yeah, one last hit of that elf bar, you bastard bitch.
See, the thing about these fucking elf bars is they're as sweet as candy. So it's crazy because like I can eliminate candy from my diet now because of the amount of glucose that they use in this. It basically coats my mouth in sugar, so it simulates me eating gummies.
You're sweet as candy, so I don't have to, Welcome to this episode of Emergency Intercom.
Welcome back to Emergency Intercom.
You're sweet as candy, so I don't have to eat any sweets anymore.
Now, what if I slapped the shit out of you? No, what if I did that?
You're
sorry, I got a text message. I'm gonna respond to it.
Oh yeah, quick. Just immediately, like off the bat, using your phone because you're a fucking screenager.
Yeah, I can't.
A screenager. You can't be called a screenager once you turn 25, which is very soon, though. Oh my god.
That is not true at all.
Should we talk about how last night I cried watching a video of Kylie and Kris Jenner?
Oh yeah. So we were watching Kris and Kylie cooking pasta, which was like
I need to be in that room.
I need to hang out with them. I really need to like just be a fly on the wall. I need to be Frederick and like buzzing around and just like her housefly. That's like a reference in
like
the
if
video.
You're a part of the
if
like
you're
lore,
down with
like
the shit, you get it. But yeah, they just look like they have a good time, like they have fun. And halfway through the video, actually also, near the end of the video.
To clarify, I was like high as fuck. Like
yeah, and you was stoned.
I've been back on like my getting high because since we've come back from Japan, I've realized we don't do anything, and I was like, oh my god, I need to do something. So I feel like
I need to fill the void with something.
Like 20-something-year-old who's like doing something.
Yeah.
So I've been getting high as bones.
I've been in self-destruct mode as well. I've been eating snacks. Will insert a photo, pizza, whatever I can get my grubby little fucking hands on at 3 a.m. I will sit in my bed and eat it. And I didn't become self-aware to it until last night or yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever.
Like 2 nights ago.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, like I actually need to fucking chill because this is like dangerous what I'm doing here, that like a slippery slope. Because I will finish an entire bag of hot Cheetos, a family-sized bag of cheese ruffles, which when I'm like so off topic right now, but I have to get this out. But like when I got COVID, the only thing that like shifted,
wait,
like the flavor is back to normal. But cheddar cheese ruffles were my favorite chips, and because of COVID, they started tasting like I was eating like blood and copper. Yes, I am accountable. Like, let's get over that.
Okay,
let's move on. But yeah, just like I will eat so much sweets, like in a crazy way.
It is insane. Like, I think I'm somebody who can like really like chow down on snacks, but compared to Drew, it's literally like it is incomparable. Like it is insane. This motherfucker could go in, but it's literally because you don't eat other meals. Like it's because okay, like now you do, but like for the most part, like when your body is like, oh, I like need food, if that's what's in front of you, you'll literally just grab all of it and go to your room. And I go to the room and I'm like, can I get something? And it's like
I hit your hand. Yeah, exactly. It's completely empty. No, the problem is I eat 2 meals a day while I'm awake. And then I sleep, but I've been staying up till 4 a.m. And now my body craves a third meal because we're so bored and we need the energy to stay up that late. So, and we don't have really any food in the house. So my third meal becomes chips and sweets.
We're just not at the point in adulthood, which I think like it's like the joke, like all like Gen Z knows how to do is like eat hot Cheetos and lie like that. Like we have to talk about
and
the reality.
Bisexual.
We have to talk about how like real that is. Like
charge your phone, be bisexual, eat hot chips and lie.
Yeah, it's true.
That's so real.
Because like
that was the prophecy, low key.
Specifically on like eat hot Cheetos, because like that's literally just referencing the fact that like I don't know anyone my age, and maybe it's because the field we're in, but I actually even older than me, I don't know many people who like are constantly making meals at home. Like I just don't know anybody who does that.
I do not know a single person.
I there was a brief moment in time where like that was kind of my vibe, and that's what I was really into.
The COVID era.
But then I was like, oh my God, there's like life to live in McDonald's.
Yeah, like ordering McDonald's is so much easier than cooking.
Although ordering McDonald's is literally so expensive. Like that's another thing that I've been thinking about. Like it's insane. Like
I've been thinking about that actually.
I ordered food for me and Josh and it was $37.
That is crazy.
Let that sink in.
That is
Granted,
crazy.
I'm just like awesome and I leave a good tip. But
would have been $15.
This episode is sponsored by Babbel. This holiday season, if you're looking for a unique gift that inspires curiosity, travel, and culture, give the gift of Babbel. Babbel is a language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Thanks to Babbel, they have made learning a new language fun and easy, which in this day and age of high distraction is the only thing we have left for connection. With Babbel, you only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson, so you can start having real-life conversations in a new language in as little as 3 weeks. That is necessary. I am in my traveling movie star era, the movie being the movie of my life, and I am so tired of going places and not knowing a single thing and looking like a little freak idiot, and I want to be able to connect to the people without relying on them to know English. It just feels good to know a thing or two when you're traveling, and it makes you feel more open to meeting new people. That's why if you want to start Babbel, you should do it right now and get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/emergency. That's babbel.com/emergency for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Yeah, if I just went.
But anyways, we got way off topic. But Enya sobbed at this video of Kylie Jenner and Chris. Is it Jenner?
I wish I was like still high because it was like the funniest. Like it genuinely was, because I'm just at the point where like I am kind of testing like my highness now. Like I don't know if you realize, like when we got home from the gym, usually I will eat and then get high because I like know I'm like there has to be stuff in my stomach. But this time I was like, you know what?
I was saying no to a weed brand deal and like literally.
But it's different because I'm like talking about my own volition. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not like
selling y'all.
I'm not
weed.
Selling you this idea. But I mean, like whatever, you do you. But
don't smoke weed unless you're 25.
Yeah, or else you'll be like
your
us
brain
and have, like,
chemistry, y'all. I've been saying it. Don't do drugs until you're 25.
Ow! I have never like twisted my own wrist so crazy, and I just twisted the fuck out of it. But my whole thing recently is like I like want to get so high that I'm like scared, and I just have to go to sleep. Like that's kind of like where I've been pushing myself, because like I think when I was younger and I would get too high, I would freak the fuck out because I was like, where am I gonna go? But now, especially because we've lived here so long, I'm like, I'm home. Like it's not like I need to go see my parents. I'm freaking out. Like no one's real. It's literally like, bitch, I'm going to my bed. Like it's like that simple. So like I got home from the gym and I immediately like had an edible because I was like, I just want to see what happens if I eat after. And I felt fine. Like I was having the time of my life. But then this
until
like, literally...
Kylie Jenner looks directly into the lens of the camera and spreads Parmesan cheese propaganda.
It was PP, Parmesan propaganda.
It was a psychological operation if I've ever seen one.
Did you know that Parmesan is delicious and nutritious? 30 grams contains up to 50% of your daily calcium intake.
That is crazy.
This is my theory. I will play the clip right now, but my theory is that all of the Parmesan cheese companies, like Big Parma, oh my God, that was such a fucking bar. That was a bar. Big Parma all
also,
got together.
I'm watching and like how you move your hands, thinking about like the person who was you is on Halloween. Yeah. It was like literally like.
The Big Parma, they all got together, raised, I'm saying $5 to $15 million to give to Kylie Jenner to spread this Parmesan cheese propaganda, to put it into our brains that Parmesan cheese is good. And that's the thing, is like, it's very real. Like, you can't tell me that wasn't a psychological operation.
The thing is, like, obviously, as we're saying this, Kylie, we love you. And
yeah, you're the girl. Like, we still want to hang out.
And we're like joking, but like, I think what it was is like we were talking about it, and like it definitely was like either fed to her or she said it and they didn't get a good shot of it, so they were like, "Oh, say that again," because we didn't have your face in camera.
Or she was trying to be funny. We can't get to the bottom of it.
I really like we can't decipher it, but like I'll just play like actually we'll just have it play over right now.
Oh, we already had it play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have it play again 2 more times because now we're being paid to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was like for some dude. I literally started crying. Like
I wish I took a picture of you.
I was like, oh my god, we are literally like, you know what's happening? It's like we've gone too far from dairy, and like big dairy brands are like, no, we're done. No more oat milk. No more fake Parmesan. Like no more nothing.
Oh,
like
but that's
we're
real,
going
though.
back to
no more milk in general. Stop drinking milk. Stop drinking oat milk. All of it. It's over.
We're past milk in general.
Exactly. Just have water with your cereal. Be normal.
The like gum in oat milk propaganda that was going around that was like the gums, and I literally fell for it. I was like, oh, what? Like I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Like, and when I was like, oh my god, I'm consuming gum. I'm like, literally, like,
I'm drinking oils.
You can't say that to me because I literally was like, dude, you know when you swallow gum and it gets stuck in your fucking lungs, that's what's happening to me.
The craziest thing about me is that I'll sit here and be like, stop drinking milk, stop eating fillers and microplastics. When I sit in bed at 3 a.m. like this, it's bad. It's not okay. I'm a hypocrite.
We all do what we want, and that's okay. Like you give your body what your body craves, and sometimes your body craves fillers and microplastics, and that's okay because that wasn't up to us for our bodies to want that. We were given that, and now it's, you know what? Microplastics are a bit yummy. We could admit that.
They taste good, and like we've all seen the picture of the McCormick microplastic seasoning going around. And I want that. I'm not gonna lie. I want it.
Oils and microplastics.
Spyro, like, his belly is filled. That's what I want to look like. I want like a big belly. Like I want like a belly.
Well, start drinking beer.
I know, I need to.
Literally, like, our relationship has gotten to the point where it's like, don't make me drink alone. Like, that's literally how I feel when I drink around you. Yeah. I'm like, don't make me drink alone.
And I'm like, babes, it will become like a really, really gnarly problem. Like, if I don't handle it now. So it's just like,
I remember in Japan when you got mad at us because, like, okay, also at this point we know Drew doesn't drink. Like, we don't even like really like,
okay, yeah, y'all be the judge. Y'all be the judge.
We don't step into this. But me and Josie and a bunch of our friends were at dinner in Japan, and like I didn't like, I don't know, I was just drinking like every fucking night there because like it just felt right.
Drinking every night for 2 weeks straight should never feel right. You psycho.
Okay. Also, when I say drinking every night, like, I don't mean like I'm like getting fucked up. Like, I'm just like having a drink or two at dinner every night. Yeah. Which is just whatever, man.
Whatever.
But Josie had come into the restaurant. I was sitting at a different table. And also the thing was, a lot of the drinks that I was getting were really watered down. So I genuinely wasn't getting even buzzed every night. Like, it was rare that I was at a restaurant. I was like, oh my God, this like actually has fucking alcohol in it. I'm going to get drunk right now. But that was a restaurant where like the alcohol was being served. Like, it wasn't like a diluted drink. They were serving me alcohol. So I had a drink and I was like, Josie, get alcohol. One. Okay, yeah. That is what we're talking about. Like, the thing is, I saw your brain, like, trying to figure out what to interrupt me with.
Computing.
But whatever, I had Josie have one. Me and Josie had two. And then, like, off two, we were just, like, feeling ourselves to, like, an insane level.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think I got 3 deep. Like, I got 3 in, which you've heard me say before. 2-3 is, like, my drink of my limit. Not my limit, but like that's just where I like to go at this point. But whatever, we were just like having a fucking blast, and we were literally in like a goofy little silly mood. And then we like got out of the restaurant, and Josie like was wearing the craziest fit ever and grabbed my hand and was like, there was a 7-Eleven like next door, like down the block, and he was like, let's go get these little peach drinks, which we'll insert a photo of. If you see this, you have to get it. They're so good. But they're really low in alcohol. It's mainly a fucking soda, but
it's literally, it just tastes
really good. Yeah,
you can't taste the alcohol. It's actually really dangerous.
It's what LaCroix should taste like. Like, it's
White Claw.
Yeah. Oh, White Claw is beat by that. Oh my God, I'm talking so much about substance this episode. Like, this is like, yeah, whatever. But the fucking Josie grabs me and we like run down, and it actually, I will say, it was a moment where I was like, this is so sweet. And on my deathbed, I'll think of this moment of like Josie grabbing me and us running to like 7-Eleven.
Not for me, because I was left out of the cute moment. I was standing there. I was with y'all, and y'all grabbed each other and ran away from me, and I was left alone. And it was so hurtful. I was like, wow, these are like my two best friends literally in the entire world. Like, I would kill for them. And they just grabbed each other and ran. And in that moment, I was like, wow, damn, I really don't mean shit to anybody. Like, I am just this, like, figment. I don't exist. Like, maybe it's, like, I'm around for, like, comedy relief because I have, like, jester's privilege, like, whatever. Like, it's, like, an interesting, like, dynamic. But in that moment, I was like, wow, like, I really see where I stand in the dynamics.
And where he stands is somebody who we know doesn't want to partake in alcohol anymore. So we don't, like, really... like think to like grab Drew and be like, let's go run to 7-Eleven and buy alcohol.
You know I love snacks and gummies.
Okay, true.
And they do have snacks and gummies.
Okay, but how many times did I get you a snack or gummy on my way home?
You did get me gummies a few times.
I was
you kept me filled and fed.
Yeah, I was filling your belly and I was getting you little knickknacks and treats along the way.
And it was really sweet. And then I got you a knickknack.
I stole a knickknack from you.
What'd you get?
The PSP?
Oh, no. I forgot I got you that. But the Michael Jackson CD.
Oh, yeah, you did. I haven't listened to it yet because I was going to go play it in the morning the other day when I was still waking up at 6 a.m. And I was like, I cannot blast off the wall right now at 6 a.m. But yeah, I did steal a PSP from Drew. That wasn't like he thought he was going to get himself 2 PSPs on his collector's shit. But I literally in a Starbucks just took it. And he was like, I was like, I'll pay you back for it. And then like,
I was like, no, you're fucking not.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not. I'm literally not.
Are going to pay me back for that, which is okay. And then I'm sitting here modding the fuck out of it, even though you run away from me. It's just interesting.
You're doing the man's job in the relationship.
Yeah.
You're doing the work. You're sitting at the computer and you're doing the work.
Instead of going to war, I'm modding PSPs. Like, let's talk about that.
You're modding my PSP so I can have Ape Escape for free.
Yeah. Like, that's an interesting dynamic.
Also, before we I feel like we're already pretty deep into the episode. I just didn't know how to transition into this. But I do want to bring up like the comments about what I said in the last episode. I think I just repeated myself like twice. But whatever. I do want to make comment on it. Like, I did see that clip. I did see everybody's like take on it, and I do fully understand. And it is a point of like shame and embarrassment for me. Like that clip. I'm like having a hard time wording. Like I've been thinking about what I was gonna say. Like since the moment I saw it, but I genuinely am like so sorry and upset to think that I've like upset and hurt anyone's feelings by being so dismissive and being so ignorant and arrogant in that moment. I genuinely was just projecting this insecurity I have about those kind of topics and my place in those topics. And I genuinely both of us have been thinking about it a lot the past week, and we will do a better job at speaking on those things. And I am happy for the fact that like you guys are very open to like holding us accountable. Yeah. And I don't know, like I was like staring at my phone and like watching the way it was being spoken about. And I do think I could take a lot from it, because as much as I think the both of us do feel like we're constantly growing and trying to like evolve, it was a good moment to kind of like step back and be like, okay,
we're flying too close to this.
Yeah, there's still things we have to work on. But yeah, I didn't want that to go like under. I didn't want to like push that under the rug, because I don't want anybody to think that like that's genuinely how specifically I feel about that. It was a very odd slip of like it was projecting insecurity, and I am like shameful for that, and I will do better like on that topic or anything that sensitive. Yeah. And then back to poop and fart.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to like acknowledge that in the middle of like, oh yeah, and then my like, so I've been shitting a lot this week.
No, I was just gonna read this idea that came into my head a couple days ago, and it's still becoming truer and truer to this day. Like the more like, I go on the internet,
you're gonna say like I don't know what you're gonna say.
But it's actually crazy how every like exposing cheater video is in the car.
I hate you so
Literally,
much.
why is every exposing cheater video in the car?
This.
Like it makes no sense. Like look up exposing cheater compilation, and it's always in the car, and it's always the boyfriend sitting in the passenger seat for some reason because the man should be driving. But that's another question. Like. That's another topic, but like, why is it always in the car? Because Americans are car-driven country. It's fucked up, and we need to get rid of the cars, and we need to shrink the population.
We have been brainwashed into thinking that we need cars when we need more public transportation.
Yes.
But cars have become commodified.
Big karma.
You know. Okay, that one wasn't as good as Big Parma. Big Parma was really good. Big Parma was really good.
That is going to be on my gravestone because that may be one of the wittiest things I've ever said in my life. And the craziest thing about it is it just came to me in my brain, just sitting here.
But Big Karma is really fucking bad. And I won't let that go. Well, no,
it's like a Taylor Swift reference.
We'll put like Big Pharma and then like...
But lest we forget Big Karma.
Forget Big Karma. Yeah. I feel like I guess... I can't think of many like cheating videos other than ones sitting in a car. So you might be onto something.
No, I definitely am.
Why did you think that? Because you saw a video of somebody getting it.
Yeah, exactly. I saw someone like making fun of it, and I was like, why did they do that in the car? Because like my first thought would be like opening the front door and throwing water on them or some shit. I don't fucking know how relationships work.
I would get out of the car.
If someone cheated on me, I would literally be like, okay, like now what? Like I don't know what we're supposed to do here.
No,
I'd be
we
like,
were literally talking.
I don't know. I would just be like, I'm hurt. I guess.
That we were talking about this because I was talking about arguments I've had with partners with Drew, and I was like, I don't think I've said anything super crazy or done anything super crazy in my relationships. Like, as crazy as I feel in my head, like, I don't do, like, crazy things. So, like, I'm not, like, I'm never getting into an argument where, like, I'm fucking yelling. Like, I don't yell. I think that's, like, really embarrassing. Although, like, I understand in the heat of the moment to, like, yell because you're, like, upset.
I used to be a yeller, and then I met you, and I was like, damn, yelling is, like, embarrassing.
Yeah, right? Like, it's, like... Ooh, like I literally raised my voice, but I will get very stern with my tone. So I guess maybe like in some, like I have been told to like calm down,
yeah.
But like I don't like yell. Like I just like get really like, I can ants myself up really easily. Like as we've all seen, I can really put some scenarios into my head that like will make me upset or like whatever. And like, I just haven't yelled, whatever. But we were talking about this because I was like, isn't it so... Okay, who's texting you? Let me see your phone. Who's texting you?
I'm not giving you my phone. I'm not going to give you my fucking phone.
Well, now you're, like, being... Like, I was joking about you giving me my phone. Like, you giving me the phone. Like, Now, what are you doing?
Fine, I'm cheating on you. I'm cheating on you.
Okay, funny joke. Let me see your phone.
No, like I'm not gonna give you my phone because I just told you I'm cheating on you. You're not allowed to see my phone. I'm a cheater. I'm a cheating bastard. I'm cheating on you. I don't care. You're not seeing my phone.
That's
You're not
like
getting
not
my
funny,
phone.
and we're gonna like clip that because I like really don't.
I'm not giving it to you. So
give me your fucking phone.
No, let's move on. How about that?
Oh my god, you are cheating on me.
Oh yeah, literally. Look, I'm cheating on you.
Today's episode is sponsored by Storyworth. This holiday season, I want to give a gift to my loved ones that makes them feel special and unique, just like the relationship we share. That's why I'm giving everyone I care about Storyworth. Every week, Storyworth emails your relative or friend a thought-provoking question of your choice from their vast pool of possible options. Each unique prompt asks questions you've never thought to ask them, like what's the bravest thing you've done in your life, or if you could see into the future, what would you want to find? After 1 year, Storyworth will compile all your loved ones' stories, including photos, into beautiful keepsake book that you'll be able to share and revisit from generations to come. To me, this is such a good idea because I always think when I visit family, especially if you live far from family, you find it hard to make those kind of deep connections long lasting in terms of writing it down or keeping it in photo or playing a voice message against their will and recording their answers, which I do all the time, but it's because I love them. It's not because I'm a freak. It's because I care about them and I want to listen to their voice when I'm not with them. Especially in such a digital age, I think we find it so unnecessary to have physical ornaments of memories with our family. And I just think this is an awesome idea, and definitely going to be tapping into this for my Christmas gift. Also, like, you will make your parents so happy. Like, it's genuinely probably the easiest gift I've ever seen in my life. With Storyworth, I am giving those I love the most thoughtful, personal gift from the heart and preserving their memories and stories for years to come. Go to storyworth.com/emergency and save $10 on your first purchase. That's storyworth.com/emergency to save $10 on your first purchase. What a good holiday gift. We did that in public the other day, and like, we do that kind of shit as if anybody gives a fuck. Like, there's not
people give a fuck.
Yeah, like, people definitely like
in
tune
silence. They're like, wait.
But we were doing that the other day, and Drew was like acting like he was cheating on me with my sister. And I was like, that's not funny. Give me your phone. And then like I like got angry and walked away, and I was like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And like as I was walking away, he was like, I literally told you I was cheating on you. Why are you being such a bitch?
like what's the problem?
But it is crazy that you've never been into an altercation in a relationship. And that's kind of what I was getting to, because like if you have been in a relationship, it's so funny how intense and like just it's just so crazy the arguments you will get into and the conversations you have to have being in a relationship. And then you just like move on. Like you have like an intense argument or relationship where you cry or whatever. And then it's like, well, we're not going to break up over this.
Yeah,
so, like, I guess
what's the point of all of that?
Yeah, it's just like, okay, keep it pushing.
See, that's my thing, is why I would only want to see my partner once a week, because like there's no room to fight at all. If
I think seeing your partner only once a week would open up the floor to fighting.
Not for me. I'm so laid back and chill. Like I let so much shit slide where I'm just like, I could be angry about this, but like bringing this up in conversation isn't going to change anything, because people don't change.
Oh my God.
People don't change. It's the fact.
Well, Drew, they do. And in your relationship, you will see your partner grow and change and morph into many different people. Drew was like, literally the first argument I get into, I'm just gonna break up with them. Like, I'm not doing that.
I'm like, okay, like we're fighting. Like I'm done. Like I'm not putting up with this shit. Like don't do this to me.
Dude, I literally can't wait.
We were so chill. Why did you have to fight with me?
I'm so excited for Drew's first relationship, so I can have the moment where like, damn,
my best friend is
the crazy one. Okay.
Damn, he is crazy. No, I'm lit. Like, that's the thing about me. Like, at the end of the day.
That's literally me. I'm like, I let so much shit slide, and then I'm in my room like,
What's going on here? What is it?
What's going on?
No. What's going on? It's like that one. It's like a TikTok tick. Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
Oh.
I know crazy.
I know that House of Commons. I hate that one. Is that a TikTok? I mean, a Harry Potter reference? Because I cannot. Ooh. Okay.
Wait, so what?
I'll bring it up. So, the craziest thing ever. Actually, I think Elon buying Twitter is the greatest thing to happen to the internet ever. Just wait. I know it sounds crazy, because he's killing it, and the reason why that's great is because Tumblr will rise again, and the craziest thing about Tumblr recently is they announced that they're allowing nudity back on
Which is
Tumblr,
literally like so lit.
Which is fucking lit down. Like that was like, I think the genesis of who I am as a person was like Tumblr porn. And I'm sorry, that's like gross and like whatever, like, but it's real. Like
it was the genesis of you realizing that you were straight and you didn't have to have like any worries.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Seriously, like 100%.
Okay.
But yesterday I started bringing this up to Enya, and she was like, no, just save that for the podcast, because like this is like me airing my shit out in a crazy way, and it is like really embarrassing. So I had like 3 Tumblr blogs. I literally do not remember what they are at all. I had like a goofy ass one. I never posted shit. One. Yeah, a goofy silly one. I had like an aesthetic one, which is probably so embarrassing to look back on, like what I thought was cool in that time. And then I had a private one for the P word, Orn.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no, the
like
thing
I
is,
was just liking things like and having my likes hidden.
See, no, I didn't. That's the thing, is I had on my main blog, people knew what that one was. And I had my likes open on that because I would reblog shit and I would like shit. And I like to categorize like, oh, this one can live on the feed. This one has to like be hidden. You have to find it. And one day, I guess I forgot to switch accounts. And I never liked like P-word posts. And for some reason, I liked this one, and I guess it's because I like, actually I know why I like it. It's because, hold it back. no because like I had found it like years before, and then I lost it, and I found it years later, and I was like, I am not going through all that trouble to find this video again. So I was going to like it, and I was on my main account, and then like a week goes by, and like I had some like really big like I call them friends now because they're literally like I like text them like weekly, but like one of them texted me and was like, yo, like no, this is how it went down. So someone texted me and was like, oh, your likes are public on Tumblr, by the way, like, and I was like, oh really, that's interesting. And then I was like, yeah, I know, like what, like that's not that big of a deal. And then I was on YouNow live stream and someone commented like, Drew, like your likes are public on Tumblr. And I was like, why is everyone saying that? Like, that's the second time I've gotten that. Like, yes, my likes are public. And
did you say that out loud?
Yes. And then I immediately, no, I'm like not kidding. Like it popped in my head what I had done. And I immediately like logged off of YouNow and went through and like unliked that shit so fast. And I was so fucking embarrassed because like, I was like, at that point, I was straight.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just straight porn and it was just weird. But yeah, it was really, really dark. It was a really dark moment. I was like, oh my God, I'm over. Like everything is done. Like this is fucked up.
Well, I think I used to literally like reblog, but it was like softcore shit. Like it was because that was so big. But that was so big on Tumblr. Like that like soft like.
Sorry, I'm so sore from like working out and getting like big.
Yeah,
and
that's
strong.
what happens when you work out for the first time in like months.
Oh no, not me.
Not me.
That couldn't be me.
But yeah, that was just such a big thing. I remember when they announced that they were taking the P word off. Me saying the P word now, like this video isn't demonetized, like from the beginning. But I remember when they took that off, I was like, it's done. It's a wrap. It was like Vine and Tumblr, like everything at once. Like
dying at the same time. I was like,
it's done. It's done. Like my life is over. And guess what? You may be shocked that your life continues.
Yeah, because life keeps going. Like it really does. Like that's the craziest thing about life is that it just keeps going.
And it will come back with P word.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, he has.
Well,
God has smiled on me.
Well, since we're talking about the P word, I just have to say this because like when I was told this, I literally died laughing, and I actually don't think it's that funny. But I was inquiring about the S word, and I was like asking questions about me in the S word, and I was told I give head like I'm on a mission. And like I was like, oh, do you feel like I'm a really like loving partner? And then they were like, yeah, but like you definitely like, you definitely like, and it was like, this isn't a complaint,
that's like a compliment.
No, it was like a compliment, like,
but it's like fix your shit compliment.
And like it's like, you're definitely not doing certain things for the other person. Like you're like on a mission to get it.
It's for you and you only.
And I just thought that was funny.
Crazy.
Being told that like I'm on a mission. Well, I'm coming back with that gold medal.
Yeah.
And I always do.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
For some reason, my mood has completely shifted in a bad way.
Right now?
Yeah. I've been so unstable. Like, not after that. Just like...
just after you hear about me, like,
doing S, and it's not to me. It's like, what the fuck is your fucking problem? You W word. Yeah, I said
censor yourself now. No. You WS. Horse slut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was horse sex. But my mood has been so unstable recently. It's like, how the fuck was I in Japan and I was still slipping into a depression? Like, that is it's actually crazy. And I was like exercising every day. We also did the math on the 20K step days we were having. We were walking 10 miles a day. Like for 14 days straight. Like, actually, I want to see how many miles we walked in Japan because that's crazy.
Because I was like, oh, I felt really good in Japan from walking that much. Like, it feels good that I was able to do that. And I was like, I'm just gonna like start going to the gym because you don't walk in LA. And I was like, I'm just gonna go to the gym and like keep walking. Like,
I'd say we walked 7 miles a day conservatively.
To like reference it.
We walked
and then
98 miles.
Yeah, and I looked it up and saw that like we were walking an average of like 7 to 10 miles a day. And I was like, bitch, in what world am I going to be in the gym long enough to even fucking do that?
Yeah.
Which I was yesterday by accident because I went too early for a class. So I was just fucking picking my ass in the damn gym. Like, I didn't have anywhere else to go.
I was like dying and I was like, I need to go get food. Like, I cannot work out. Like, I can't like work out on this stomach. Like, if I don't eat now, I will collapse and die and turn into powder. Like, I need to eat. So I went and got food. Why the fuck am I saying this right now?
Because you're just letting them know what you were up to. But you talking about food reminded me that I was watching Devin's vlog and something else that greened me out. I wasn't high, but like it genuinely freaked me out for some reason. Because I also think like since we got back from Japan, because I was so overstimulated visually, I keep having moments, but this also might be like what like being a glasses wearer is. Like you don't have this anymore since you got LASIK. But did you ever feel when you had glasses, like sometimes things would be so clear? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you had glasses and like without you realizing it just from your day-to-day activities, they kind of oiled up and fogged up.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you clean them, you were like, oh my God, I'm seeing so clearly right now that I feel like I'm seeing HD.
Yeah.
I've been having that a lot since we got back from Japan. And like, it's pushing me into like a disassociative like mood because I'll just be like walking around and then I'll like look at something. Like when we were at Jonathan's concert, I was looking at my shoe and I was like, dude, like it is like so HD and like real. And like there's like renders that look this real
Girl,
now.
Someone just
and, like,
slipped LSD into your fucking glass
dude,
of water at the concert.
And I was freaking the fuck out. And like, I've been having that. But one of those moments that translated into like watching like TV was I was watching the vlog and like they were like in the hotel and there was a bowl of fruit and Devin was like, oh, I ate some of those for breakfast. And then Sydney was like, you just like picked this up and ate it. And like even their interaction on it really freaked me out because like I agreed. I was like, whoa, you really can't just see fruit, pick it up and eat it. And then like she like picked it up and like bit into this plum and it freaked me out for some reason.
What
because,
the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm basically talking about how I think I'm actually going fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because like why is the concept that like you can just like fruits and vegetables are ready to eat like that? Like why is that freaking me out recently? Like
what?
Like the fact that you can pick up an apple and just fucking bite into it and like there's no preparation needed to go into that. Like
and it's like
with
also
a bag of
it's
chips,
crazy.
you have to go buy it, open it, and reach it. Like that, you literally like there's no packaging on it. You literally just bite it. Like it was made with like a God-given like package
to be eaten.
To protect it, and then you can also eat the packaging.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then at the Whole Foods, you see them cutting up apples and then
putting it into
plastic, which is insane. Same with oranges. They'll peel the orange for you and then put the slices of oranges in a plastic bag.
Which is crazy because the best part about eating an orange is like playing with the peel and like peeling
exactly.
it off.
And then spraying it. And like, honestly, this is something crazy I do, but I get an orange peel and after I eat it, I rub it on my neck so I can smell it all day.
That's awesome. I like peeling it and then it gets stuck under my nails and I'm like scraping the little bits. Yeah, and because I bite my nails, it's like citric.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just where I've been the past week and a half.
That's crazy.
It's like I parked and I looked out my window.
I'm gonna 5150 you.
I parked and I looked out my window and it freaked me out because I was like, dude, like it is crazy how real everything looks right now. And I was like, that is so crazy.
It's just you, like your brain finally setting. You're making those connections because we're forming our final stage brains.
Yeah. Or I'm just like literally going crazy.
You're losing it.
I think I'm just kind of losing it, but that's okay. That's why I'm like in a position where I'm like, I just need to get so high that I'm like scared. And then I'm like back to being like caveman brain of like, nothing matters. I don't care.
Yeah. Or you just don't think about everything. But if you think about everything, everything becomes magical.
And everything.
The further you stray, my religious arc is like coming really, really soon. Because the further you stray from God, and the closer you get to science, the more you realize that, or the deeper into science you get, the more you realize that everything is unexplainable and you can't explain it truly. So
that is something that freaks me out. Like I am a believer in science, but what freaks me out is you literally like there is no like certain like conclusions with like a lot of science.
It's all theory.
Yeah, and that's like really what scares me. But that's also why this was me making excuses in high school, but I was like, yeah, I don't fuck with science because like I just like believe in like keeping things like unknown, which is
literally every Trump supporter.
Which is just me being like, I don't want to read. I simply don't want to read that fucking book. Like I'm not gonna read that book. But yeah, I think I've always been kind of religious. Like I've always kept it on like an agnostic tip of like, I'm like, there definitely is something out there, but I always like reference God. But I am back to watching Midnight Gospel.
Oh, damn.
Because since I've been in like a disassociative, like I don't know what's real. I'm like, okay, I need to call my therapist, which I probably won't do because it's just like
a lot.
I'm like,
therapy is a lot.
There's just too much to catch up on right now. And I'm like, there's too much to catch up and there's nothing to catch up on.
One of the reasons why I can't go to therapy now is because like I'm too far gone. Like there's too much shit going on in my life for me to have to explain to them my entire life. And then opening that back up is just like too much.
But you know what's nice about it is like you kind of realize that those things, not that those things don't matter, but once you get into therapy session, that's when like the things that are actually bothering you become like very clear. Because I feel like in a day-to-day, you may like pinpoint certain feelings to these like super huge things that feel really big to you. But then once you sit in that room and you start talking, it's like, oh, that other thing wasn't even like in my mind. It was this like really simple fix that I just like needed. So like I am just making an excuse. Really, I'm just fucking lazy. Like I'm literally just in my lazy fucking loser arc where I want to like sit down, be on iPad, read book for 5 minutes, get back on iPad, get on TV, get on Fortnite, get high, go to sleep.
Yeah, that is like the ultimate vibe. How can you be depressed when you have Zaza and an iPhone? Like, I really don't get it.
Like, literally, like, it's a cure. I thought, like, Apple cured depression.
Yeah.
Apple brought us depression to our face. But...
What were you saying?
I don't remember. It was there. Oh.
Say one thing you remember from what you were saying, and I will remember.
Oh, I was just talking about going to therapy and, like, how
previous.
Man. You're asking a lot of me right now. I don't fucking
to remember
know.
3 minutes ago.
Far gone. Oh, but something I did just think about is I need to stop.
I want that conversation to be finished so bad because we never finished anything and we were so close to finishing it. Really think at your hardest, like to what you were thinking about. Hold on. I really need this for me. Like, I really need it bad. We were talking about, like nothing is feeling real for you. So you
and I was saying what I need to do is like, I've been watching Midnight Gospel because when I was feeling like this, it like grounded me. And like I listened to like a lot of like Duncan Trussell because he has really good like psychologists.
Oh yeah, we were talking about being religious.
Yeah, because he has a lot of good like psychologists and like religious figures and just all these people who have like really good insight and wisdom who have like really studied like the idea of like
and they're not
self
phonies.
And self-awareness. Yeah, and it's not like this like really like outward. It's not like a challenge of like, oh, how to make sure you're perceived this way as much as it is like how can you find the things in life that make you feel comfortable, make you feel whole, make you feel grounded, etc. But I was like watching that while I was walking in the gym. Like I was like watching a few episodes. I was like, dude, this is such a good fucking show. And like I'm in love with Duncan Trussell. And then like
Duncan Trussell is bad as fuck.
I know.
I want
like
him.
I need like an edit. Like you know the what's it called? Like the really cap cut like fast edits. Like someone needs to make one of like Duncan Trussell.
Please make that dream come true, please.
You saying it like tapping your chin. But yeah, I was saying what I need to do is go to therapy, but I probably won't do that for like another 2 weeks because also I'm just busy with holidays. So that's out of the question. But I need to stop referencing being flashbanged in casual conversations with strangers.
People don't get
as if that makes sense.
People don't get it.
Because
there's so much shit that I say to my trainer who, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, like, but you have like there are people who literally have no sense of humor and don't understand anything I'm ever saying because 98% of the time whatever's coming out of my mouth is not real and is not what I mean. It is a complete utter 1000% joke. Now there is a lot of the time when I'm trying to be real, and then it just comes out as a joke, and then I can say like, oh, I was just joking, like, and then I can't be embarrassed by it. But he has never laughed once at anything I have ever said, and I'm like, damn, like I'm like spitting, like I'm like saying some like really, really funny shit. But I did tell him that I was an eco-terrorist, and he was like, oh.
Don't do that. But yeah, when I was like at that meeting, I like was talking about something, and I was like, doesn't it feel like you're getting like fucking flashbangs, like in your head, just like boom, like, and dead silent. And I was like,
damn. But like they know what we're
like,
referencing.
you know what that
Y'all
feeling is. Like it's like it's like a buzzing in your ear. But yeah, I have to stop referencing that as if people understand what the fuck that means. Like that is like such an odd thing to, also like a weird thing to reference.
But I feel like I've always been like a little bit spiritual, a little bit agnostic.
Yeah, I used to like, I like grew up in the church like crazy. Not like crazy, but I like grew up in the church. And then like when my parents stopped going to the church, I still went, and I would go every Sunday and every Wednesday when I was like a teenager to get confirmed. And I was doing that on my own volition. And then one day the pastor said something like really, really fucking homophobic, and it scared the shit out of me. And I was like, I can't come back here. And Madeline was also like that. She was like, I can't come back here. And since I am such a good straight ally, like it was just like really hard for me to see him say that to my heterosexual or homosexual friends. Literally me in 10th grade.
Yeah, literally. And then but we still got confirmed in the church. But literally, like the day I heard the pastor say that shit, something clicked in my brain where I was like, oh, like this is crazy. Like organized religion is insane. And like, not like, I mean, based on my experience, it was like crazy for me. And it felt really insane. And so I've just taken like this like faithful approach where I'm like, I don't claim any
like a
religion or like, yeah, I just kind of like make up my own God. And it's like been actually really nice and helpful.
It's crazy to think that this generation is like really full of the idea of like actually taking a step back and like looking at religion and like the harm it's done and being like, oh, there's some things I like about this, but a lot of it is crazy.
A little crazy.
But yeah, I'm tapping back in to Midnight Gospel and like just listening to
Eckhart Tolle.
Old people
Read
who are
some
like
Eckhart Tolle books. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know.
I don't know who that is. Alan Watts.
Alan Watts and Eckhart Tolle. I think I gotta find that out. But those are like really, really great, like kind of like morality, like it's like Eastern philosophy, but like translated, especially like Alan Watts is like Eastern philosophy and ideals translated really well for our Western brains to understand, and it's just really cool. But Eckhart Tolle is just crazy.
Yeah. Do you want to end it off with our fall debate?
What is that? Oh, last night on the couch.
Did you do your research?
I didn't because I saw how angry you got. You were like, no, just save it.
No, I wasn't angry, but I was like, dude, no, you have to save it because like, what if? Like, what if? So I'll let it start by like you telling me what you told me.
Okay, so literally randomly, it was one of my Uber facts moments. I will admit it. Like I was just like, it popped in my brain and I just said it. But I was like, the reason why the rest of the world calls fall autumn and we call it fall is because the leaves in America fall.
And I said that can't be true. That just like can't be true because I'm like,
well, no, the leaves are literally falling.
No, I know the leaves fall here, but my theory is that like someone was just like, oh, the leaves are falling, it's fall time, whatever. Like I assume like that's how it like became a thing here. But leaves fall in Japan. The leaves were like falling to the ground. I never said they didn't fall. You did. You were saying that. Oh, you bitch! He's literally trying to fucking gaslight me, dude. For a second I was like, dude, I was high.
I
like
saw
maybe
you believing it, and I was like, Let me not alter the reality.
No, literally,
yes,
he was
you
like,
caught me slipping. You caught me slipping,
he was
and
like, leaves don't fall anywhere else.
No, you
and I
caught
was
me
like, we
slipping.
were literally just in a different country where they did.
You caught me slipping, and I was in too deep, and I tried to just get a fast one by you. And I knew that was untrue because I literally had the same thought. I was like, the leaves were on the ground in Japan. Like, what am I talking about?
I have way too many pictures of them on the ground because I am that bitch. End
because I was like, I'm so fucking stupid and embarrassed, and I cannot handle the humiliation of this comment.
And he got like mad at me last night.
I didn't get mad.
I was like,
I'm gonna look this up right now, and then
but I was like, don't look it up because like I knew that it wasn't true because he was about to look up if leaves fall in different countries.
Yeah. No, I was looking up why it's called.
Okay, so
fall.
Why is it called fall?
Let me see.
You're such a bitch.
My child fucking sucks. Okay, the reason why Americans refer to autumn as fall.
What's your source?
Mental floss. Fall isn't a modern nickname that followed more traditional autumn. The two terms actually first recorded within a few hundred years of each other. The 1500s, English speakers began referring to seasons separating the cold and the warm months as either the fall of the leaf or spring of the leaf, or fall or in spring for short. Oh, it could also be called fall because the temperatures are falling, but that's like only pertains to Americans.
So yeah, it literally is just like people were like, oh, the leaves are falling, it's fall.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Autonomous had overtaken fall as the standard British term for the third season.
I wonder if like what's the translation to Spanish, because it can't be like fall, like falling over. Oh, it is a different otoño.
Look up
that,
autumn.
Like, sounds really... I don't like the way she said.
Is that autumn?
No, that's fall.
Look up autumn. I'm curious if it's the same thing.
Oh, me not knowing how to spell autumn.
A-U-T.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Interesting.
So it's like in Spanish, it's like interchangeable.
The air gets crisp. The leaves start to turn and we break out our cozy sweaters. We are, of course, talking about the season of pumpkin spice and everything nice, which goes by two names, fall and autumn.
That was a bad
Although
Scottish
both
accent.
refer to the same season, Americans call it fall. Why is that? There's some confusing... Because Americans are fucking stupid and we just make up whatever the fuck we want.
We're so
we
fun.
Literally just say shit and say it's fact, and then we're like, either you learn how to do this or you fall behind, and then that's what happens.
And that's how the term fall came to be.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice little history lesson to close up the episode.
Yeah.
Drew, thank you for attempting to gaslight me.
You're welcome. And you should be thanking me.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It teaches me to
Keeping
stay
you on your
grounded and
toes.
and confident in my words.
Keeping you on your toes. Like, you should be able to figure out when people are gaslighting you.
Yeah, it's on me for sure.
Oh no.
Oh, is that happening?
It's happening right now, live as we're recording
wait,
this.
I want to do it. Mine isn't happening.
Oh, you must not be.
You know what? I got a
premium.
notification for it the other 2 weeks ago, and I literally knocked it off so fast. So I wonder if it's not giving it to me because of how fast I was like, get that the fuck out of my face.
Okay, let's listen to my wrapped right now. Remember your top genres from last year. Oh wait, this is from 2021. Oh, never mind. That's so fucking lame. I was so excited. Damn.
Right.
Spotify Wrapped is basically a tool that gives us to see the full information about our most loved artists, bands, and songs. Also,
What the hell is that?
the playlists we've enjoyed.
I looked up Wrapped, and it's like, when Spotify Wrapped 2022 come out? Question mark.
Well, this is my favorite song right now.
What is this?
Fart on my penis.
Wait, yeah. What?
I think they're gearing us up to give us the Spotify Wrapped. I think it's just showing us like the playlist that it was. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I
soon.
want it to happen now.
I know, because how lit would that have been to be able to go through it?
But I guess we have that for New Year's.
Patreon.
Both of us had two different answers.
Okay, let's do Schmedia. Quite honestly, I have not been listening to music that much lately. Like, I haven't been finding anything, but I will go get a couple things that I bought that I'll show to you guys that will be my media. Even though it's physical media, it doesn't fucking matter.
I'll just say my media because I also bought some CDs, but that's kind of mainly what I've been listening to is Black Metal 2 by Dean Blunt, Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. Like I've been listening to that on CD because I just got that. I've been listening to Love Deluxe by Sade because that's a CD I've already had. But those are just like the CDs I've been listening to. And then Slow Dive, I can't remember which album it was. He's like, my boyfriend, because I don't know the title of Just for a Day, that album. So those, I've been like mainly listening to albums and not so much like songs right now. But there was something I was listening to this morning. Oh, and I'm back to looping Love Never Felt So Good by Michael Jackson because it just, ironically enough, makes me feel so good. And I've been reading I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Oh, Spotify tricked me again. They always fucking trick me, but they're like, find your new favorite book. And it was like, oh, I can listen to audiobooks on Spotify now. That's actually fucking lit. But then you have to buy the books and then you can download them to fucking Spotify or some shit. Because I was going to start listening to that yesterday. But okay, I got a couple things for y'all. But I got the book, We Need to Talk About Kevin, which like you probably have seen the movie. But apparently the book is better than the movie and it reads like a movie or some shit. I don't fucking know. But I got it because I was like, this movie was fucking lit and we need to talk about Kevin more because it's a masterpiece. And then I got, don't ask me how to fucking say that, Lapvonia, by Otessa. Don't ask me how to say that. But she's the girl. Like she ate down with My Year of Rest and Relaxation. And one of Josh's buddies was like, this is her new book. Her new book is also really fucking good. Go get it. And I was pissed because I like soft cover books and they only have the hardcover,
which is like the most
now.
Random thing ever. I'm like the complete opposite. Do you like it because you could like bend it while you're reading it?
Yeah, exactly. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I still haven't finished My Year of Rest and Relaxation, and it literally is because it made me feel crazy because I was like, this was me not that long ago and I need to close this, like, because it will literally, like, that felt so good. That's also what I'm trying to avoid again. But
so I have a few CDs for you guys. We got Lemon Jelly, which I don't know anything about this album or these musicians at all. I just found them on Spotify one day because their cover looked really cool. And I've just been listening to them ever since, like a couple years. And I just saw the CD in the store and I was like, oh, I need that. Then I got The Money Store by Death Grips, classic Death Grips album. Got blood rush to my head, they hotbox. And then I got Donuts by Jay Dilla.
Again, classic.
Like, really, if you haven't already, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna give that to you. Don't listen if you haven't because you're not good enough. And then Miss Lana Del Rey.
I got Ultraviolence, but I really wanted Norman fucking Rockwell on CD. But...
Yeah.
Ow!
That's a really good album, but come on. My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola. Also, Yayo on there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Yayo.
But
thank you for listening.
This episode. Peace, love, unity, and respect.
My hurts so bad.
Do you need me to massage it? Do you need me to get it for you? Because I can really do some magic.
Get away, motherfucker.
Your boob hurts. I can just touch it. Just let me fucking touch it. I'm not gonna do anything. Just let me play with it or whatever. Like I can massage it and make it right. Oh, I'm the fucking weird. It's always the guy that's the weirdo. And
you are the freak. Like,
it's always the guy.
It's actually my nerve endings popping because my boobs are so big.
Your nerve endings are exploding right now, and this is how you're reacting.
Yeah, I just couldn't sustain a lot of pain. Like, I'm just... My pain tolerance is so high. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. See you next week. By next week, I was going to say, by next week, it won't be Thanksgiving anymore. So happy early Thanksgiving.
Why are you lying?
I don't know when that is, but I know I will be eating good.
Oh, you better eat. You're eating no crumbs left behind. Bitch, you're eating
you
like
know what I miss is Savannah's.
You're eating like Thanksgiving.
Bitch, you ate like McDonald's.
Yeah, bitch, you ate like McDonald's. No, bitch, you ate like Thanksgiving.
That's a good one, though. That's like a good, like, oh, you ate like Thanksgiving, like you're eating.
Not from my family. I had this insane realization. I was on the phone with my mom and we were talking about like what they're doing for Thanksgiving. And she was like, you don't bother coming back. You're good. Like, you'll be here for Christmas for a while. Sounds like my fucking family doesn't want me to come home because I was excited to see them. But she's like, no, we probably won't do anything. Actually, that was Madeline and she's sabotaging me. But anyways, I was on the phone with my mom and I was like, I don't think I'm coming back for Thanksgiving. And she was like, don't worry. I don't want to fucking cook for anybody anyways. Like, I don't think I'm going to cook this year. And then I like started thinking about like our family meals and like what they used to look like and all those like rancid photos that used to pop up on Twitter that like Savannah used to post.
Dude, that's what I
every
was gonna mention.
year.
I was like, I really am sad that like I guess I still follow her on IG and I think she kind of still posts it.
Yeah.
But damn, I miss that pink plate.
I know that pink fucking plate.
I need to see that pink plate.
Show me your pink plate. But I just had this insane realization where I was like, we are the white people with the nasty fucking Thanksgiving food. Because like every year I'm like, do you know what I'm excited to eat on Thanksgiving? Like, this is really telling. What I'm excited to eat for Thanksgiving that I only eat at Thanksgiving are mini corn dogs. And they're frozen mini corn dogs that my grandma gets from the fucking supermarket and heats up an hour before, and I get so excited to eat those.
But that's nice that you still have something that you're excited to eat, because it's like, I don't know, like you're not going out of your way to ever eat that. So
Fuck
it's still
cranberry
like
sauce too.
I've never had cranberry sauce, actually.
Like the fucking gelatinous jelly. I mean, it's kind of like the in shit that we drink, but I can't do it. It's so rancid and disgusting, and it has like the ridges of the can behind it. Ribbed for my pleasure though, because when I shove it up my fucking asshole,
oh my God,
it feels good.
Well, my dad fucking eats. My dad goes in on Thanksgiving and it is so good. It looks
so
and
fucking
it's
delicious.
So fucking yummy, and I'm always so excited because my dad.
Maybe I come to Miami for Thanksgiving.
He would literally, like, I'm not kidding, unironically love that. Like my family is the family that like my dad loves being a host and having people over. And yeah, and I love going back and like eating all his food. And when I was vegetarian,
girl,
he was so
I can't
nice.
go.
He
We
would
need
make
a break from each other.
I know we were saying that like we were in the car. In the car is when it shows the most. I'm like, damn, we spend too much time together. What the fuck are we talking about right now?
Why are we cruising to the gym together right now and talking about literally nothing?
We're cruising to the gym and being like, oh my God, is that a new Toyota? Wow. Like what we've got in there.
I'm like, oh, that's my favorite tree. Like, I love that tree.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, ending this episode. Bye.
Bye. We didn't get to finish that thought though. We'll save it for next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about
it
some more
next week.
next week.